I have a great XRP and Ripple news for you today, guys. Yes, I am again, but this time it's very quick. About a week and a half ago, my wife got the really bad flu, and I took care of her at first, as men should. Then I got really sick, and I had to go to California to pay my mom, my mother, and my own family for Christmas. I actually spent 4 of these days, or 4 out of these 6 days, in the clinic. I'm giving it my all and will be back. I miss all of you. It was my intention to write some content, but please know that I am not even close to 100% right now. So I'm going to do my best to give you this information, and I hope you like it. All right, let's go. That's why Eleanor Torres said, "Hey guy," or "Hi there, CNN is following my reporting. I knew you didn't like CNN, which is why I thought this was important. Even though it's not totally new news, MSNBC is disliked by many. Some people do not like Fox News. I no longer need traditional media." A lot of older people do, though, and those older people had money. After reading this, I think we're moving toward a time when ETFs become popular and a lot of money starts coming into them. Because of all her hard work, I want to give Eleanor Tarr a big shout out. She's a good person to be in this place. Also, I just want you to know that if you haven't already, go show her some love. Okay, here's another great idea from XRP Drops. Ripple is a member of the ISO-Bill's SDG list, which is a really cool thing. Please excuse me, a part of ISO 2000000 is Ripple, which is used to show bill segments. Another interesting fact is that all but Ripple of the people involved are from different countries. If you look at this Bank of England, you can see the DTCC in this place, the ECB, eBay, and Euroclear, ECB, and Euroclear, ECB, and Euroclear. And of course, a new grass card. You can buy Swift right here. I'll play this whole video for you right now. Here's the list. Also, I think it's odd that Ripple is the only blockchain technology company on the list. Since all the other companies are international banks and locations, you should be polite, right? It has meaning. Is Dogecoin on this right now? Not at all, please. I believe that XRP and Ripple have been the chosen ones for a very long time, which is why I put so much faith in them. And here Smoke says, yes, the United Ledger will include assets that are compliant with ISO 20022, such as XRP, HBAR, Algo, Quant, and IOTA. It will be a unified ledger. On a big picture level, this makes me think of harmonizing ISO 20022, ISO TC68, and ISO TC307. This will make it possible for there to be one record. This unified ledger will act as a bridge between standard financial systems and the bird, that's what I meant, world of DLT. Its unified method fits with the bigger goals of many blockchain and DLT projects like Quant, Casper, Zinfin, Stella, Hedera, Algorand, and IOTA, but not just those. These projects are at the cutting edge of new ideas, and by following this common standard, they're doing more than just making sure that everything works together. They are, however, moving forward with a plan to make business and technology more accessible to everyone. It also says that these needs and standards of committees will be met by creating a unified ledger that makes DLT work with existing systems. But these rules and committees are creating a future where business deals aren't always the easiest, most efficient, or most useful for everyone. So what we're talking about here is that these old legacy systems are very exposed now that quantum computers have been invented. Most of these systems are very old. That's why they might be working to keep all of those different rules and these different ISO compliance up to date. And the goal is to move those systems to DLT, where they will be a little safer from quantum computers. Okay, and this is really the big problem right now. There's also this video clip here. Please allow me to play a few of the I's yearly financial file. We talk about how a new piece of financial market technology called a unified ledger can bring all the important parts together. The phrase unified ledger refers to the fact that different kinds of tokens are put on the same platform. We could definitely see a couple of these uniform ledgers, each one for a different use case. This kind of combined ledger is made up of several parts. Let's go through them one by one. The first thing we need is a standard unit of account and a final payment, and this will be best done by using the important bank. As a result, a unified ledger is an important part of essential bank virtual foreign money in the form of tokens. Tokenized deposits, along with CBDCs, are the main way that real and economic deals are priced. Along with cash, a unified ledger might also need to include tokenized forms of real and economic assets, such as tokenized government securities, or maybe even tokenized kinds of real property like goods or real estate. This is what they mean by tokenized authority security. You know about ACT funds, right? It is true that central banks sell bonds to get more cash as they go out that way. In the event that you want to buy bonds worth $1 million, they will take your $1 million and then send you a bill for the dollars, telling people what's going to happen in a year, 5 years, or 6 months, depending on the time you choose. That we are going to give you back that $1 million plus 2% hobby, 3% hobby, 5% hobby, 5% hobby, 5% hobby. Most of the time, the longer you keep your money locked up, the more you'll be charged, okay? That's what they're talking about thus far. Imagine that it's not just America anymore, right? But think that every American can do this. In this case, that's what makes it fine and special. $35 trillion is just in the US. Imagine what would happen if we uploaded all of them. Japan, Australia, the UK, most of our trade partners, Canada, and Mexico. Since the US has the biggest economy in the world, I think there might not be as much cost there, but all of this starts to add up. That's what we're looking forward to as that cost is added to the budget. We think that XRP will be worth $2, $5, or $10. It doesn't matter to me about the theory itself. Taking care of my family is important to me. I'm interested in finding an XRP software value, an algorithm software value, an HBR software fee, and an XLM utility fee. Because it's when I can, it's after I can do what I need to do with my life. I mean that I have a pretty good life. Hawaii is your home. Every day I can talk to you. It's not often that I have to go to court, and I was given a very clear family here. For me, it doesn't get much better than having a wife named Luna, a baby named Luna, and a baby seal. But let me point out that the statistical world that holds these factors also holds the data needed to start any contingent performance of movements. For instance, in the supply chain case we looked at earlier, the ledger should include GPS tracking information. This would make sure that everyone in the data chain has access to all the facts and is clear. In the execution setting, any work that has to do with one or more of these things is done. As was already said, each unified ledger has the right mix of middlemen and property for the use case at hand. For example, a deal between two people would bring together the user's banks as sellers of tokenized savings and the central bank as sellers of CBDCs. For the unified system to make sense, it needs to be in line with the highest standards of data security and hackability. Data partitions make sure that records can only be seen by the people who are legally allowed to see them within their partition area. In the meantime, cryptographic methods make it easier for people to share data privately. Strategies for cryptography, right? That's what they might need, right? There have already been problems with the Swift gadget itself. If you put a supercomputer up against a machine that is 50 years old, the Swift machine, who do you think will win? All of these sectors caches between these important banks. And these other banks make it possible for all of this money to be moved and transferred around the world, okay? Just one bad player with a perfectly good supercomputer and some time to really think about it is all it takes. Russia, North Korea, and China all have very good or great hacking packages, They also know how to build these kinds of buildings. Also, don't think we're safe. That's why these tools are being made better. To protect everything, they have to be right. If not, we'll go back to sulfur and fire, Mom. We're going back to chaos, which I don't think anyone wants. We want to use our XRP to live our real lives or do anything else we want. Our coin is to live our real lives and have fun.